Welcome back to Unblocked with Brandon Graham. I'm here with my co-host, Bo Wolf. What you got for him, Bo?
We got another live episode, BG, on Unblocked, presented by our friends at Xfinity. Much to discuss as we are less than a week away now from the beginning of free agency. We're going to talk about what the Eagles may or may not do, some of the key free agents who Howie Roseman has to make a decision on, and also some blind rankings and some more fun answering your questions in a special little mailbag edition. But let's start with Run It Back. All right, BG, how are you feeling as free agency approaches, other than just being locked in on Homeland?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I know I'm locked in. I'm feeling good. Honestly, I'm just taking it day by day. I mean, we don't know what's going to happen. That's what makes it so much fun in free agency. When you see so many different names pop up and different teams they link to. So just looking forward to seeing where our guys end up going if it's not here.
What is like the group chat activity like these days? Like, is everybody wondering what's Howie going to do? Have you heard from anybody? Like, what is it active?
The group chat is kind of dead right now.
Okay,
everybody's kind of quiet because it's some guys that's up for negotiation,
taking time on their own.
You know, and really you don't want to. You just want to let your agent and the GM kind of go back and forth, and you kind of keep everything private until you know.
All right, well, let's sort of run down the list of pending Eagles free agents, and you tell me what. Let's reflect on these guys because there's a bunch of them. Now we've talked about the guys on defense, so I don't think we need to spend a ton of time on Nakobe, Reed, and Jaelan Phillips, but yeah. They're sort of the headliners on that side of the ball. Jaelan Phillips, you have said, really felt like he fit in well from the moment that he got there.
Yeah, he did, and I can't see him not on the team, especially with us. With it being a need at end right now.
And he said it was the best thing that's ever happened to him in his life going to the Eagles.
Hey, well, you know what? I hope that it all works out for him because, man, we had a great time when we was there together for them 9 games for me. And then I know for him, it just felt good to get a breath of fresh air coming from Miami. Even though Miami is Miami, you want to be on a good team too. And, he came into a good situation, great coaching, and somebody that he can believe in because he already had Vic Fangio.
Now, one thing that Howie Roseman said a couple weeks ago is that there is an advantage to Jaelan Phillips is going to get paid, and he deserves to. And this is a free agent class that is not the best, and so a young ascending player like him is going to have a big market. But for the Eagles, instead of just signing a guy who you've never had in the building before, and there's like a projection on how that's going to go, there is some advantage to. They have a better sense of Jaelan Phillips now that he was with the team for half a season and the things that he's about.
Yep, and it's always a risk. Every time you get new players in, it's always a risk of them not fitting well with the locker room. I mean, he already checked off one of those boxes. Now it's just about the upside of how he's going to do if he does get the contract, and how is he going to handle it when he is the guy. You know what I'm saying? And I feel like he's already checked off those boxes as far as being a great locker room guy. Now it's just about production and how much you're willing to pay for that. And what they say, it's one of those, he got a lot of upside and he got a lot of potential. And are you willing to pay for that?
Right.
And bet on that because of what you've seen so far?
As a student of the game, as an expert on that position, what makes him so good at that spot?
What makes him so good is, for one, I mean, he's 6'4", 6'5". I mean, he got all the measurables you want. I mean, he's quick off the ball. I mean, somebody who can get nasty, and of course, he's a team player, so he's willing to give up his body just to make sure another guy get a sack. And and I'm sure we got a bunch of those guys on our team, but for him, I know he's always trying to. With me playing defensive tackle, he wanted to run different games together, and sometimes it ain't always about. Sometimes when you running with ends, it's always about them getting the sack in the end, and it ain't like that with him, and that's what I can respect about him because
that's good insight.
He is a guy that you watch those type of things. He got traded for, so of course you know that you are the guy coming in,
right? And
he just wanted to learn from us and see what we was all about, and he was willing to do whatever he had to do to help us win.
And so football-wise, that he was willing to be the picker.
He was willing to sacrifice himself for his other teammate.
He would come down and take the 2 so that you could loop around.
Yep. Yeah. He'd take 2 so that we could loop around. And I mean, that's what you always watch, those little things like that, because I've been around where it's guys that's always want to run stuff that benefits them.
Okay, that's interesting. Linebacker, Nakobe Dean. This is one where Eagles fans, rightfully, I think, love Nakobe Dean. He is so fun to watch. You've talked about it. He's a great leader in that room.
Yeah.
But given the fact that they used a first-round pick last year on Jahad Campbell, it feels like Nakobe's more likely to leave than not.
Yeah, I think he will, because, I mean, it's so many. When you draft well, it's tough. You just got to continue to keep drafting well and replacing, getting depth at those positions. Of course, you want to be able to pay guys so that they can, add more, like always had that safety net. But Nakobe deserves to be able to go get paid and to be the guy and to be the head guy of a defense, because I mean, Zach Bond and him, they work well together. But they paid Zach Bond already. And then they got Jahad, and it's no room for Jahad to grow a little bit if he's not getting thrown out there. So I know that all we got to do is draft another good one, and then they compete. And then you just compete off the time of how you practice and on how you doing for the season. But yeah, that's a tough one right there. And Nakobe, man, it's hard because when you got good leadership skills, you want those type of guys to be around. And so Jahad just got to make sure he just, for one, continue to keep doing what he was doing last year. He made some plays. And just make sure you're adding to this year and know that you are the guy that's next up. And because it's him, Trot, and Zach Bond.
Yeah.
Yeah, and Smile.
Yeah.
And so, yeah, you just got to make sure you come with it for training camp, because that's really where your money going to be made.
All right, and then at safety, Reed Blankenship. This is an interesting one. We talked about it last week, so we don't have to spend a ton of time here. But this is I'm curious to see what they do here.
Yeah, I'm curious too. I'm curious to see what the numbers are. With him, because that's what it's all about. Everything is about the numbers and what makes sense because of what you have coming up. You got Q, you got Coop, you got those Jalen Carter, Jordan Davis. I mean, you got all these guys that's going to be coming. Then you got to let go of some guys that's on the books for all the money. You know what I'm saying? And I know they talking AJ, but I don't see AJ leaving this year. It just don't make sense money-wise, man. It don't. And I know that he want to win and he want to make plays, and to his defense, it's like, I understand, production is that's how you're going to get paid. And so when things don't go well, it's how we respond to things is what we got to make sure we control. But I will say that the money-wise, I don't see it being a smart move on the Eagles' part. That's why the number's probably so high on what they're looking for.
Exactly right. In order to take on as onerous a hit as it would be, they have to get what it would be like maybe an overpay for the other team.
Yeah, they have to get an overpay.
Yeah.
They got to get an overpay because you're going to take a dead cap hit.
Yeah.
But I'm okay with that if I got 2 first-rounders or a first-round pick.
Right. There's a cost for everything, but that it makes the cost much higher.
It makes it not feel – you don't feel the sting.
Right. Mm-hmm. All right, how about the other side of the ball? The big free agent looming there is Dallas Goedert, who obviously has been with the Eagles his entire career. And it's funny just thinking about how long the Eagles have just had homegrown tight ends. It goes Goedert, before him was Ertz, before him was Selleck, before him was L.J. Smith. All of these guys, it's like a lineage, and there hasn't been a lot of turnover there. What do you think will happen with Dallas?
You know what? Dallas might be gone. He might be gone this year because of, he made it through the year healthy. I know. Well,
and there's always, they made him take a pay cut last year.
Yeah, they did.
And so when you make a guy take a pay cut,
it always kind of make you feel a certain way.
Usually, not always, but usually means he's going to go somewhere else.
Yes. And I really feel like he'll get some money this year.
Yeah.
From a team, because when he is out there, man, he did some good stuff. And
sure, you guys have had your battles in practice.
We have, and then you just seen him make some crazy catches. You see some of the stiff arms that he done put out there.
So good after the catch.
I done seen him when he stiff armed and then got against Dallas, and they pulled his arm and he ended up getting hurt off that. But
that was a face mask. They didn't throw the flag.
They didn't throw the flag.
I remember that.
Did we win that game?
No, I think that was the one you guys lost.
Yeah, we lost too. Yeah. See, all that stuff mattered. But I know Dallas, man, I love playing with Dallas. Always got the energy. Just somebody that we know we can't keep them all, but I'm curious to see where he would go because I think his time here has been.
What do you remember about him when he first came in?
Just under Zach. Him not coming in with the he was competitive, but he wasn't like one of those guys that's gonna be, just he wasn't no vet that was gonna be on them rookies crazy and then he trying to help. He trying to make sure he doing the right things, and he just was a guy that just was about doing his job and just wanted to have fun doing it.
All right, let's keep running down some of these other free agents, some of the lesser heralded players. How about Fred Johnson? Who obviously has done an impressive job the last 2 years stepping in when needed. He
might be gone. I think he's gone because
I think he wants to have a chance to start.
Yeah, he want to get a chance to start somewhere, and then you got Lane that came back because if Lane didn't come back, then I will say Fred is the guy for it. But Fred deserved to go get paid, man. I mean, he is a guy too that came in from down in Florida. I mean, thought he was going to be doing okay with them. Didn't work out. Traded back. Was a key piece to the injuries that happened this year with Lane and Landon and all the guys. And man,
what's he like going up against in practice?
He's long, so you got to watch it because he is a guy.
He's a big fella.
He's a big fella. He's a guy that try to keep you away from him. It's all about separation, and he is one of those guys with this build that if you don't get his hands, I mean, you'll just be like next play.
Is he a guy who you saw improve significantly over the course of his time with the Eagles?
I thought he did improve over the I don't know how many years we done played together because the years just flying by. Yeah, but I've seen him get way better just from being around Stout. Stout was the technician. Yeah, that's why I'm looking forward to seeing like how this new coach gonna do. Because I met him yesterday. And
what'd you think?
And it was cool. It was like, man, these guys is young though, but they excited because you can feel his energy. You can really feel his energy. You can tell that he's happy to be here, and I just can't wait to see how it gels together with a tough O-line room. That's tough. Not even like just tough like that, but just like to go from Stout, the one that's yelling and going off in the room, to now you got to kind of still go off and be strong and firm about what the job is, but can't wait to see like how everything just kind of the chemistry that they have that they build together.
Sure. Elsewhere on the offense, Jahan Dotson, who has been the number 3 receiver for the last 2 years since the Eagles sent a 3rd round pick. My sense is he's likely to leave. Yeah. And part of that is he has had like the most thankless job for a long time, and this has been the case in the offense whenever it's been AJ and Devontae, where that 3rd receiver, they run so many routes and they don't get targeted because the ball rightfully gets funneled to AJ and Devontae in Dallas. Yeah. And so I feel like Jahan Dotson would like the chance to get the ball somewhere.
I would want to too. When you got traded here,
it's got to be exhausting.
The best thing that he got out of his trade was he got a ring. And now,
a huge play in the Super Bowl.
Yeah, big play. Started us off.
Yes.
You know what I'm saying? And should have scored for real.
Yeah.
Yeah, but it's all good. I know for him, I'm just excited to see him go and get somewhere because he working out every day too. I'll be seeing him up there at the facility. And, everybody got a dream of making it to the league. And I want everybody to be able to get that love that you will want from a team that believe in you. And I'm not saying that the Eagles don't believe because they traded for him.
Sure.
But I just know that you are behind two stars with AJ, and then you got Devontae, and you do sometimes got to go somewhere else just to kind of get a breath of fresh air. On top of that, you got a ring, and then now it's just all about your production and bring somebody else along with a team that could use his skill set. It's really the offense that you feel you would thrive in, too, because that matters too.
I think that's right. Mm-hmm. I think for someone like him, the offers are not going to be significantly different, so you can choose which situation seems best.
Yeah. He really is a guy that comes in, works hard, don't really complain about nothing. It's just I know deep down, I mean, you want to be the guy, and you was the guy being a 1st round pick. I mean, man, you feel like you was never gonna leave wherever if you be a 1st round pick. I mean, it's not always the case. Sometimes you leave because you got to get more money from the other team, and your team that drafted you don't want to pay you certain stuff, and I understand that part. Right. for Jahan, he want to try to find him a home that he can stick with.
How about Adoree Jackson, who I think was a bit of a punching bag for Eagles fans early in the season, and then really settled things down at that.
He stepped it up big time, and I would love for him to come back. Man, great energy. He sat next to me. We always sat next to each other when we was in team meeting. That was
okay.
So we right next to each other, got to know him even more just from that, because seeing each other, talking with each other.
What's he like?
He cool, man. Like straight Cali.
Cali
straight
cool,
Cali,
right?
Cali cool. I mean, funny. Got a lot of respect from the guys. You could just tell by how people walk up on you and talk with you. You could tell that he got a lot of respect from the guys. And man, he went through a lot in the beginning.
Yes.
And man, I love how he fought back, because he started making some big plays towards the end of the season.
Impressive perseverance. I agree. Grant Calcaterra.
Grant, yeah, I think we can get Grant back.
Okay.
I think we can get Grant back. It's more so about what Grant willing to take.
Yeah.
Because you don't want to get. You want to be able to.
He's a fun guy in the locker room.
He's a fun one. He's a fun one in the locker room. He works too. Just injuries that have hurt him a little bit, but that's the thing. The price is low on him.
Yeah.
So we can. And then if Dallas gone, you will want to have one of them come back.
Right. How about Brett Toth, a guy who's been around for a long time, impressive perseverance, and then I thought he played well when he had to play
I thought
this year.
Brett played well too. And from how our O-line, how injuries has happened, you want to be able to have depth with guys that's shown, even for like somebody like Cam, like have him behind Cam. I like that, because he showed that. I mean, he's smart. Somebody that went out there, he gonna give you everything he got. And man, yeah, Brett probably get another chance to come back.
All right, I'm going to give you just a couple more. Braden Mann, the punter.
Oh, yeah, Braden back.
You think so?
Yeah, Braden back for sure. He had a good year.
He did have a good year.
He had a really good year.
How about Marcus Epps?
Marcus Epps. That's another good one.
I like Marcus Epps.
So if Reed don't come back, Marcus starting towards the end, and he made some big plays too.
Yes.
And I mean, I didn't like when he had to leave anyway, when he went to
after 22.
When he had to leave. And so I just know that he is a lot more glued than people know, because of his personality and the relationship he got with the guys. I mean, even with him coming back, not knowing everybody, you could just tell that his presence is felt when he in the room, and everybody got much respect for him. So, I mean, I don't see why we couldn't bring him back if Reed don't come back.
Right. Shout out to Marcus Epps.
Yeah,
I like Marcus.
Shout out to my guy.
All right, time to take a quick break. On the other side, a little blind rankings presented by our friends at Xfinity. We're talking about some of the best Eagles free agent signings during the Brandon Graham era. Stay with us on Unblocked with Brandon Graham, presented by Xfinity.
What if you could have reliable and intelligent Wi-Fi? And what if you could keep it at the same price for 5 years? That's the Xfinity 5-year price guarantee. Imagine Wi-Fi that makes everything in your home work together. That finds and fixes problems before you even notice them. Like super intelligent Wi-Fi with the 6th sense. And that lets you stream the game even when the whole family is online. All your devices working in perfect harmony for 5 whole years. And here's the best part. No annual contracts, no hidden fees, and Xfinity's best equipment included. Take it from me. A lot can change in 5 years. Championships are won, records are broken, dreams grow bigger. But your Wi-Fi, it should stay reliable, and the price should stay put. Lock in your price and unlock the possibilities with Xfinity. Learn more at Xfinity.com. Xfinity. Imagine that. Select plans only. Restrictions apply.
Everybody's got their favorite hard tea, but have you ever turned the can to read what's in it? You can't, because they don't tell you. And while they hide what's inside, Crooked Tea brags about it. Crooked Tea brews real USDA organic tea for real flavor with 0 sugar. No fake junk hiding behind the label. What you see is what you drink. Next time you're at the store, flip the can. If you can't find the ingredients, just put it back. Then grab a Crooked Tea, 0 sugar, real tea, and fully transparent. You know it, Philly. Real recognizes real, so why drink the fake stuff? Crooked Tea, the only thing better is a strip sack in the Super Bowl. Visit crookedtea.com to find a store near you. Back on Unblocked with Brandon Graham, presented by Xfinity. BG, time for some blind rankings. Also presented by Xfinity. You ready?
Let's do it.
Here's what we're doing. We are doing free agency focused Eagles free agent signings of the Brandon Graham era. Okay, you ready to rank them?
That's right. Let's get them.
We're going to start with Malcolm Jenkins. Malcolm Jenkins. Now, if you remember that year, it was like Jarris Bird, T.J. Ward. Those were the big guys. Eagles went instead for Malcolm Jenkins, and we all know what happened after that.
You know what? I'm going to go 2 for Malcolm.
2 for Malcolm.
Yep.
I like that. Okay. What do you remember about it? Do you remember Malcolm when he first came in?
Yeah. Oh, yeah, man. He started to lay down his foundation early.
Okay.
Being in the room, you could tell that he was gonna be the captain of the room.
Okay, I like that.
Him and
D'Amico at the time?
D'Amico. And was Rodney here yet? No,
I think Rodney was after.
He came after, yeah.
Right. I think it might have been the next year or maybe 2 years later.
Yeah.
I believe the same year as Malcolm, though, was Connor Barwin.
Connor Barwin. You know what? I'm going to go 10 for Barwin.
10?
Yeah.
Why?
No, because honestly, that was during Chip Kelly days.
Yeah.
Like Chip Kelly, and it was, I mean, he did great, though, because he had 14 and a half that 1 year. So I ain't going to say 10. I say,
well, based on who's next, I don't think you want him at 10.
Yeah, I ain't going to say 10. I'm going to say, I'm just thinking like Super Bowl, all that stuff.
Okay.
Who helped during them times. But if I had to go, I'll go 7 for him.
7. Okay.
Yeah.
What made Connor good on the edge?
Connor was long. He was somebody that was tough, and he ran good games too.
And obviously, he's still with the team.
Yeah.
Player development.
Yeah.
How important is that group?
That group is very important because, man, it's about trying to get these guys out their own heads, especially like when you finally dream to get to this place, and now they developing you, and you want to make sure you're just getting better every year. And so the people that you put in place to have those guys feeling it and gaining that trust, like a guy like Connor Barwin who's played before, he's gonna give you the ins and outs of, man, that's that right there. That if you keep doing that, you're gonna be on the field soon. Or, man, if you don't pick it up, they're gonna let you go.
Yeah.
Like, you need somebody that's been there before that's gonna be able to tell you the truth. And so that I know it's very important to have that type of person in that position.
All right. Next up, we've got DeMarco Murray.
DeMarco Murray, I'm going to go 10 on that one.
I think that's a better 10.
Yeah, that's a better 10. Yeah,
that was a tough. That was.
Yeah, he he did some good stuff in there, but I just thought that, I mean, if you're going to replace Shady and do him, it's like, man, you might as well kept Shady.
Mm-hmm. Next up, Saquon Barkley.
Saquon Barkley, I'm going to go 3.
3?
Yep.
Okay. What do you remember about Saquon, like the first time he came in, given that you had gone up against him so often?
Just watching him, how he practiced, and seeing the eyes of everybody like, ooh, everything he did, it was and oohs. And I mean, rightfully so, because you see what he did the first year.
Yeah.
And that's what I can remember, all the oohs and ahs from everybody when you see him in practice running and catching out the backfield.
All right, next up, Byron Maxwell.
Byron Maxwell, I'm going to go 9. 9. Yep. It didn't pan out as much as good for him as the excitement was when we got him.
Yeah, it's too bad. But, that's okay.
Yeah.
You win some, you lose some.
Yeah, you do.
Here's a win some, Alshon Jeffrey.
Oh, I'm gonna go 4 for him.
4 for Alshon.
Yeah, he gave us a spark that year too.
Oh, fantastic! Changed the shape of that room. My favorite, my thing I always say about Alshon, I don't know if this was your experience. Very low volume talker, like.
Oh yeah,
he speaks very low, like this.
Yeah,
Alshon Jeffrey.
Didn't show much emotion.
What's up, BG?
Yep. He ain't had that. He ain't had that energy, but he was a dog. He was gonna.
That was
an
work. Absolute dog.
He liked to work. He liked to work in private. So people don't see him.
I think, and he completely changed the shape of that offense, no doubt about it. All right, next up, Brandon Brooks.
Brandon Brooks, oh man, 5.
You got 1, 5, 6, and 8 available. Is that right?
Yeah, 5.
Okay, 5.
Yeah, he was a big part too.
What was he? How much talking would you guys do against each other? I talk all the time
to him. It's still, if I see him, it's still, man, you still can't handle me. You know, that type. But it's fun though. Like B was a dog out there too.
All right, 1, 6, and 8 available. Another guy who was a running mate of yours, Javon Hargrave.
Oh, Hargrave, I give him 6.
6.
Yeah, we had a good run too.
You guys did have a good run. He
might come back. You never know.
Oh, I like that. There's a little scoop.
You never know. I'm just saying, just because they like I was seeing, I think that was on Anthony's show. They had like, when I was in the waiting room like yesterday, they were saying Hargrave could like possible free agent sign.
I missed that.
Yeah.
Bryce Huff.
What's the last one?
1 and 8.
I go 8.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why do you think it didn't work here for Bryce?
You know what? Sometimes it's a scheme, and then you got to believe in people too to give them that confidence. And I mean, I thought he handled himself well. He handled himself so well during a time. That's why I felt like he was leading over there last year, because you get that good karma, man, when you handle stuff the way people don't really expect you to handle it, especially how you getting treated.
Right. Mm-hmm. All right, one spot left. So beating out Brandon Brooks and Alshon Jeffrey and Saquon Barkley and Malcolm Jenkins at number 1. Congratulations to Nnamdi Asomugha.
Oh man, I thought you was going. I was saving the number 1 spot for well, he got drafted here though, but then he came back.
Foles. Yeah, that's true. Yeah. It could have been Foles.
Yeah, but number 1 though, I ain't gonna lie. That could be. Nnamdi it's a good number 1 because I was drinking that Kool-Aid that first year. Because when I like
Nnamdi, man.
When they said, oh yeah, I like Nnamdi too. When they said Dream Team, it was like, yep. I was like, oh man,
it was
yeah,
Vince.
we on
Vince
the Dream
Young
Team.
is the one who said it.
I know. That's why I'm saying I'm young. We had what we have DRC. We had Big
Asante.
Boy Cullen Jenkins in the middle.
Jenkins.
Man, all them boys. I still talk to Cullen.
Vince Young, Ronnie Brown.
Yeah, Ronnie Brown. I mean, man, we had all these dogs. I mean, Ronnie Brown down there in Miami killing it in the Wildcat, and then we getting all these. I mean, DRC locking up, running stride for stride with D-Jack. So you thinking like, oh man, it's gonna be trouble. Even that first game, the Cleveland game, he got 2 back-to-back picks.
That's right.
On the same route, deep ball. And man, that year stopped so fast. And man, that's one thing I would say I learned a lesson that year, because don't talk too much about what you think your team. Just be about it. Just put the work in. And so, Dream Team. I drunk that Kool-Aid.
What do you think went wrong with that team?
When adversity hit, man, everybody clammed up and went selfish.
Okay.
Nobody talked about stuff. And then we had a couple coaches people didn't respect, you know what I'm saying, during that time. And that's never good when you got vets who don't believe in the dream. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
I think that makes sense.
Yeah.
Nnamdi was tough. I mean, Nnamdi, I always liked dealing with Nnamdi.
Yeah, I like Nnamdi. Nnamdi cool, man. And Olivia Pope. He was
I know.
with what's the name?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Nnamdi.
Yeah.
Everything worked out fine for him.
Nah, everything going good. I mean, I'm sure he's doing his movies out there in Hollywood, enjoying himself, and man, shout out to Nnamdi.
Shout out to Nnamdi.
Hey,
congratulations. I mean, a man who's accomplished a lot in his life. This is the top number 1 Eagles free agent signing of the Brandon Graham era. Blind Ranks presented by Xfinity. Back with more on the other side, including your questions here on Unblocked with Brandon Graham presented by Xfinity.
All right, y'all, here's the thing. Whether it's football, life, or business, success is all about working with great people, having a plan and bringing passion every single day. And when it comes to banking and helping Philly's business owners, nobody does it better than Firstrust Bank, the official bank of the Philadelphia Eagles. If you're a business owner and tired of feeling like just another number, you won't with Firstrust. They're family-owned, rooted right here in South Philly, and passionate about the city and our Eagles. Firstrust isn't just a bank. They're about giving your business an edge to win. Big enough to make things happen, but not so big you can't sit down and have a real conversation about your business and get things done. Oh, and did you catch me in their TV commercial? It's good. Visit firstrust.com or call 1-800-220-BANK to get in touch with them. And tell them BG sent you. Firstrust Bank, the official bank of the Philadelphia Eagles. Go Birds. Yo, Philly, it's your boy Brandon Graham. When I need to shine, I go see Joe and Michelle over at Bucci's Jewelers and Design. They've been holding it down for over 30 years. Voted Philly's #1 jewelry store year after year. My team at Bucci can make anything custom. Whatever you dream up, they'll bring it to life. And right now, gold prices are over $5,000 an ounce. So if you've got old jewelry sitting around, they can help you sell it for cash or turn it into a brand new custom piece. Top quality stones, no middleman, and they stand behind every piece 100%. Hit up BucciJewelers.com. Sign up for their newsletter and tell them BG sent you.
Back on Unblocked with Brandon Graham, presented by Xfinity. Let's get to a little mailbag situation here, BG. Put out the call since we're going to be live today. Mm-hmm. And let's start, Julie, if you don't mind scrolling down, with the first question here. Courtesy of Justin Fiorillo. Says, who is one of the funniest players on the team at the moment?
The funniest players on the team right now. Man, that's a good one. Hold on, let me see. I mean, because Slay gone.
Yeah.
Funniest players on the team, right? Oh, Jordan Davis.
Jordan Davis?
Yeah, we have a good time. I mean, like, he just, man, Jordan, good. A joy to be around, man.
Is he like, is he a volume shooter jokes-wise, or is he like, he's got good timing? And
He just got good timing. Sometimes you got to watch what you're saying because everybody like, you know, that pause and all that stuff. Yeah, he good at all that, like just hearing something. And then his facial expression is like, like just turning around. You know
he's
how
very
he
emotive. Yeah.
Like he got those theatrics. You know, that
he is theatrical.
That's me too. Both of us, but he is if I had to say, it's him.
Okay, I like that. Next up from Shrewd. Says, which one of your defensive coordinators taught you the most?
I gotta go with Swartz, because Swartz caught me at a time where I was trying to make a new name for myself.
Yeah.
And let people know who I was on the fight back, because I was on the fight back time at that time. And Swartz came in at a crucial time in my career where I had him at the Senior Bowl. Then I ain't had that type of defense again until he came back. And man, it felt so good to be able to be back with him because we had such a good relationship at that Senior Bowl together. He even picked me to win MVP of it, and I ended up winning it for sure. And so I didn't know him like too well at that time, other than just on game day, he was just talking with some people and was like, "Yeah, I think BG is gonna be the MVP of the game and all this stuff," and it was cool. So yeah, I would say what Swartz was, and then I mean. Of course, I love what's the name right now, Vic, because you know I learned a lot even with him too.
Are you able to learn a lot from Vic this late in your career?
Yeah, man. You could never stop learning. It's just certain ways that different coaches go through. Like you see their regimen of how they go through things and what's more important to them on the screen and what they pushing to y'all. And I mean, Swartz was all about making sure that we stopping the pass. I mean, stopping the run. Just it's the same. It's about the same, but they just do it differently. But Swartz caught me at a time where I was really all in, like man, trying to make it work. And man, he had me knowing plays. Would he work with you like individually specifically? Nah, it's just paying attention while you in his meetings. While you in his meeting, if you paying attention and you know how serious Swartz was about no talking in his walkthroughs and. Man, he would call you out. That's what I got much respect for Swartz because he always called people out no matter who you was or how big you was.
Okay.
As far as like who getting paid more and who the stars. It's like, no, accountability goes for everybody because I don't want y'all to be mad at me for allowing stuff that end up getting us beat later.
Yeah.
And man, I got much respect for that because I know I've been a part of that where people don't get held accountable and then them be the ones that get you beat in the end and you be mad, but man, this was already brewing way back when we should have nipped that in the bud. But yeah, Swartz, if you pay attention in his meetings and you taking notes, you will know exactly what a team is going to run, and it's just all about recognizing it when you get out there.
Have you ever played for a DC who's like not a yeller?
Yep, okay. I have. Coordinator that was with us with Chip Kelly.
Oh, Bill Davis.
Yeah, Bill Davis. Billy Day. Not saying that he ain't gonna yell, but he just was kind of just cool, like yeah, he just got that. I don't know where he from. I forgot where he from. He sounded like he from Texas or somewhere.
I think that might be right.
Yeah, so yeah, he just was never. He had other people around that did all that.
Okay.
Yeah, but nah, not Billy Davis.
And did you say this thing about Schwartz where he caught you at the right point of your career?
Mm-hmm.
Early in your career, do you think you would have responded the same way? Like, early in your career, did you not respond as well to like tough coaching?
Well, I always responded to tough coaching. That was all. I always had a chip on my shoulder all the time because of, just the way I was brought up. My mom being a single parent in the household and my dad being in my life. But you have them both going at each other, not even going at each other, but when you're not in the household, it puts pressure on all parties. Me, my mom, my dad, certain stuff he can't get to, my mom mad, or my dad, not getting all the information he could because my mama mad at him, all that stuff. Like, it was just crazy, man. But it's all good because it worked out. But I always had a chip on my shoulder because I wanted my mom not to have to struggle like she was coming up. But she always made it work for us, and she always worked. That's one thing, and I think that's where both of them, my dad and my mom, they always work. But I seen my mom more than I seen my dad because being in the household, of course. But yeah, she was somebody that I always want to, be like, man, I want to make it because I want to make sure I do right and get her together. And
so no matter how tough the coaching was, that was
it was just a part of it. Like, you just deal with it, and as you continue, as long as nobody disrespecting you, okay, that's all that matter, man. Because I could take Coach yelling at me because it's like, all right, I'm gonna show you in a minute, and then like not say something, that type. I use it like that instead of taking it personal.
Okay. Mm-hmm. Next up on the mailbag, Scooter Baby, and I think we've talked about this before. How did you come up with that sack celebration?
It's a late rapper that used to do it, and boss up and get this money. And that's and so that was the name of the song. It's called Boss Up, and when you get sacks, it's all about sacks equals stacks. That's what Coach Wilson, one of my coaches, that when we won in 2017, used to say sacks equals stacks.
Remember with Washburn, it was sacks with a money sign.
Yeah,
right.
Yeah, so it's so that's where that came from.
Sacks equals stacks. I like that. Did you ever did you practice it in the mirror or anything like that?
No, it just kind of happened naturally. It just kind of happened naturally. You just wanted to have
a little extra sauce on
something from Detroit. Yeah, you could just, and it just depends on what sack you get at the time. And I remember when I sacked Brady, it was just like, it's because it's the moment. It's the moment of when you made that sack. If you just make it early in the game, you hype, you get up, you do
down
your
by
dance.
4 touchdowns in the fourth quarter.
Oh yeah, if you down by 4, then it's just like, thank you. I got a sack though, man. Production. But you don't really want to you don't want to take too long.
Yeah, but listen, those count at the end of the year. That's gonna come up in contract time.
I promise you.
All right, Jen Ann has our next question. It says this is a good question because we spent the whole first part of the show today just running down a list of guys who may or may not leave the team.
Yeah.
And she says, how do you get used to that? How do you get used to players leaving? I know it comes with the job, but it hurts as a fan. You can't begin to imagine what it's like for y'all.
It is tough because some people, it was just a coworker thing. So you don't really hear from them afterwards, but y'all had probably good work relationship when you was there, and some people just got to leave. You still follow them to make sure that they good, but it's just the people that you get to see every day, man. Some of it sticks, some of it don't. Some people is just a job to them, so they're gonna be good while they're here. And then some people you actually talk to and check on, and sometimes go visit after this because it was bigger than that. But yeah, you get used to it. Just like a guy like Milton Williams, who, man, I'm like, damn, my boy Milt gonna be gone, and then Teron Jackson. But then you just get used to it. But I still talk to them guys. I still, every now and again, what's up, man? Just checking in. They respond. We all, get together. We might open up the old group chat every now and again, throw something in there just to get everybody just check in. But you get used to it. It's not. It used to hurt earlier for me, mostly because you used to being somewhere 4 years in college, and then you the one leaving and going somewhere new. But now it's like, man, everybody get interchanged all the time. It ain't nobody's safe other than the people that's got guaranteed money for the year.
Was there early in your career one that you felt was particularly hurtful?
That time during when JP and Trent Cole left.
Okay.
Yeah, them the ones that hurt.
Yeah.
When Trent left the first one and then JP was done, it was just like, dang. I'm the only one in this mug. You start to see, you get Kelsey and all them, but I'm just talking about people that I actually hung with outside of football. Right. And Trent was the first one. Yep.
Okay. That makes sense. Yeah, it is, we've talked about this before. It's like when the season's over, that's part of what's so heartbreaking about it. It's not only is the season over and everything you've been working towards is over, but also like our time as a group together is done.
You got to take advantage of the time that you get together, because we've seen each other every day.
Yeah.
I mean, during the season, the ups and downs, the laughs from coaches being like sometimes mad in the meetings, and you just find some funny out of it because of something they might have said that was like a pause moment. And you don't always got to take stuff so serious because we lost a couple games straight, and now the world is over and everybody outside.
Yeah.
You got to find the fun in it. And I thought that when you had groups like that, that's what sting the most, because you know that, man, we right there. Like this year, this one hurt a little bit because we had the team to do it. It was just like little things, like you say, the offensive stuff wasn't going well. Defense was clicking, but we didn't make enough plays in that last game to be able to. Everything started to rear its head, in that time. And yeah, man, I was those be the hard ones when we let those opportunities slip, because we know now we got to go. Some people got their bags packed. Some people clean out their lockers right away because they know it's over with for them. And only way, this is what I say, the only way we can guarantee that we gonna see each other again or play or be able to come back again is if we win a championship together.
Yeah.
Because the championship team of 2017, they come back for a weekend. Championship of the 2024 team, they come back for a weekend. 22, we lost, so ain't nobody gonna be asking for that team to come back. You just gonna say what's up if you got those teams there. But all the good that we did that year, we had 5 players in double digit sacks that year. My first year as a double digit at year 11. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
When everybody thought it was over for me at that time. And I thought so too, on double digits, but coming off the bench and getting 11. You know what I'm saying? So it was cool. It was all that, but the way you bring everybody back is by winning that championship. So it's like, what you gonna give up? What you gonna give up outside, or what you gonna give up to get to where you're trying to go? And so, man, sometimes it's partying, sometimes it's like making sure that you handle your business early in the week, so you ain't got to worry about nothing on game day. That people be tickets, this ain't come up. This, all this different stuff. The distractions. How many distractions are you limiting for yourself so that you could be ready when you called upon? Because this is supposed to be more important than everything else.
Well, that's a good transition to the next question, which is from Kevin, who says, if you could go back in time and replay one game, which one would it be?
If I can go back in time and replay one game, I would trust myself. We played Monday night against the Falcons, and Julio caught a screen and took it to the house.
Okay.
And it's the one where Aguilar had it wide open and he dropped it, and we would have won. But
down there,
but we would have won if I would have trusted myself, because, like I say, Swartz had me really like knowing what's coming. He was like, if they go 5 wide and they call and you see Matt Ryan checking at the line, they check into a screen. We had an all-out blitz. I ran up the field. I didn't see my tackle leave. It's like he jabbed at me and then he ran behind me. He didn't run across my face. He ran behind me, and I kept going towards the quarterback because I was in my mind like, but what if it ain't? And I don't rush. And boy, I rushed, and man, I would have been right there where Julio cut back in, because when they all ran out, the 2 blockers that came out, they got Avonte Maddox, the corner that was right there, the nickel, and then he was able to get the corner that was playing behind him, and he went right inside of them. Man, I would have turned and run, and that was on 4th down, and we would have won the game. It would have been over. So if I had to say,
that one sticks with you.
That one stick with me because afterwards I was like, man, I'm trusting myself every time and every moment, and that was just a good learning lesson for me, because I had the answer, but I didn't trust it, and I was in my mind like, but what if not? But what? And then by the time it hit, I just went. And didn't do what I wanted to do in the first place, is turn and run, and I didn't. And that one stuck with me.
Ooh, that's interesting. See, I thought you were gonna say like the 22 Super Bowl, but that's a better answer, because that's like a very specific thing that you can fix.
That taught me to really like man, don't go for it. You know what I'm saying? Like, you prepared, go for it. You knew the answer to that test. Boy, I was so sick after that game. I always, not always now, but I used to think about that one for a little while. Because we just came from the Super Bowl that year, the year before.
Okay.
And then I was having a good game in that one too. Man, I don't know what it was, but me and Freeman, boy, I was catching him. Like the first time, 2017, I caught him in the backfield.
Okay.
2018, I caught him the same way in the backfield. And it was just, man, I was just having a good game, and that would have sealed it. That would have sealed the deal, win the game. That would have been another added little one where BG got the last play of the game and win it.
Ooh, what a great answer that is. All right, we got a few more questions on the mailbag coming your way on the other side of this break on Unblocked with Brandon Graham, presented by Xfinity.
Elkins Chevrolet, run by 3 brothers, real brothers, local guys. And right now, they're putting on a President's Day sales event, and the deals are bigger and better than ever. Need a truck? They've got it. Looking for an SUV? They've got that too. Every vehicle comes with the kind of service that makes you feel like part of the family. But don't wait. These President's Day deals are only here for a short time. Swing by Elkins Chevrolet on Route 73 South in Marlton, New Jersey, and get it on deals that are just plain honking good. Elkins Chevrolet, real brothers, real deals, and a whole lot of honking good service. Together, let's drive.
Find exceptional value on the season's top styles at Ashley's President's Day sale. Discover hot buys starting at just $349 or take advantage of no-interest financing for 60 months. With styles like a great 5-piece sectional for only $47 a month, these President's Day savings won't last long, so don't miss out. Save up to 20% off or enjoy 60 months no-interest financing with no minimum purchase, happening now only at Ashley. And we're back on Brandon Graham Unblocked, presented by Xfinity. I knew that was going to happen. You ready to keep going with some mailbag questions?
Let's do it.
All right, back to the questions we go. What's next, Julia? We've got William, who says, what's your favorite food to order at Collegeville Bakery?
I think we missed one, but favorite food is the BG pizza. You know, pepperoni and bacon square. You know, they do that for autism. We raise money for autism.
Oh, that's great.
That. Yeah, so they got a BG a square pizza with pepperoni and bacon.
Okay, I like
like
that. We have one.
Like one from Michigan, where Buddy's Pizza.
Okay, I think that's like a famous place, right?
Yeah, it's a famous place. Been around for a long time. 6 Mile and Conant, and they got a bunch of them now all around, like, you know, Ann Arbor, and they expanded, but the main one is on 6 Mile and Conant. Mm-hmm.
Dave wants to know, who is one of the coolest teammates you've known?
The coolest teammates, the coolest in the field, huh? I mean, you know, JP cool, man. Like JP smooth, cool. I mean, somebody that I've grown to love over the years. I mean, just even more because of who he was. You know, coming in, didn't take no stuff from upstairs or, you know, down, but he definitely was a team player though. He was a team player. Probably wasn't a team player to the media because he never was on the media.
You can be, I think it's a good. You can be a team player without playing upstairs' game.
Yes.
You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Your loyalty is to the guys in the locker room.
Yeah, and that's what I always noticed with him. He always you know, had jokes. I mean, if he rock with you, he with you.
Right.
You know? And so I say JP.
And he would also, like, you know, it's
a bunch of truth.
He'd always be working with the young guys after practice, giving them great advice.
The stuff that people don't see, like, what made him a true Hall of Fame player.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. And what was it like going up against him as a player?
Man, I used to whoop on JP. Nah, I just playing with JP.
He's gonna burst through this door
in his prime,
out of nowhere and say, "How dare you?"
In his prime, man, that boy was moving around. That's why it was tough for me to watch him kind of go down. Like, you know, had them type of rough games because I know how he was when I first got here.
I mean, he was. It was like the best player in the league.
Blessed in the league, like throwing people up the field, throwing the end up the field, running to smash the linebacker, and then going to hit the DB on the screen. I remember that one when we was in Dallas and D-Jack had caught a screen and boy ran it all the way in.
Yes,
and, it was because JP hit 3 people on one play. And I was just like, yeah, this boy's real deal.
I did a story once on JP, just like getting everybody's favorite JP stories because he's such like a mystery man. What I remember is like I think it was Jordan Matthews said that like it was a day in the off season, completely like hadn't heard from JP in a while, nothing going on, and JP out of nowhere is like, hey, I'm picking you up in like 10 minutes, and he's got like a limousine with like a party going on.
Oh man, yeah, that's JP all day. JP definitely was one that was quiet, like wanted to work out by to himself. One of those, he don't want you to see how hard he working for real, so that when you see him, that because that's one thing I respect about Jay. Like Jay worked, he worked all the time, and it wasn't always in front of us. It was like when he went home. I mean, because I seen him outside of work, and when you see like, oh, okay, I be thinking you just be playing and they just kind of let you do whatever, but it's because they know you really be putting in the work. And he getting the sauna, the steam, he got a good regimen. And it was cool, man, to have those type of guys to look up to that I got to hang with outside of work that really showed me why they was where they were. Because certain stuff you don't always see the whole thing when you at work, because sometimes people just like been working so hard off the field. They like, man, coach, give me a little break right here, because you know how I do.
Yeah.
And people knew how he was, and so shout out to him, man. Shout out to JP. Shout out to T Cole, because T Cole used to hunt before he come to work, and boy, he used to be in them meetings sleep. But when you get on that field, that boy was a straight professional. That boy going out there knowing what to do, working hard, running to the ball,
taking his snowmobile to the office.
Oh yeah, that too. I mean that was his first time with me. I know. But yeah, he man, all the guys that I see why certain stuff happened on the field, they always had extra stuff that they was doing off the field. Even a guy like Aaron Donald, who I got to talk with, before I made my decision back, it was cool to see. I just wanted to pick his brain on like what made him want to like be done and be okay with it.
Yeah,
and especially in his prime, and he just like people always told me that he worked even on the field. The weight room, all the stuff in the facility. But man, I had other guys that do like HIT classes or Versacommer classes, and he in there, he doing all that. You know what I'm saying? Doing all that extra, man. And I know he probably felt a little burnt out after a while, because everything he do is to the max. And so I understood his decision on what he did, and now the whole trend was everybody what they do when they go home. And that's what I try to do. I try to put a little extra in. I worked out with my kids last week, doing a bunch of that cool stuff. Because normally I used to be a believer of like, man, how hard I work on that field is, I ain't got to worry about nothing else extra. You know? But I used to do still some extra. But when I get home, I used to make it just about my family, which I still kind of do. But I work out with my family too, so I feel like that's a good thing. We work out together. I got a good little circuit we do with me, my wife joining in now, but it's me, my son, and my daughter, and they always want to work. And I'll be like, all right, come on, y'all want to do it? And they actually do it, and they be like, okay. And I feel good because I got some work, but on top of that, like I like teaching. that they like to work, and that's why I told them like, ain't nobody gonna give you nothing. You got to go out there and you got to work for it. And sometimes you still don't get nothing. Sometimes even for the work, but that should just be who you are, and just know that one day it's coming, and just believe in that. And now, I ain't got to be in there all the time. They just go get some work because they do the same circuit all the time.
There we go. Amen to that. All right, our last question on the mailbag is one from the live chat from Kane, who says, "Do you ever see yourself coaching in the NFL, BG?"
I do see myself doing that. I told my wife that, man, it's either GM or head coach, one of these days. But right now I got young kids, trying to be there for them.
Yes.
Those
are long hours, man.
Those are long hours, and that I'm not willing to give up for my kids right now. When they do get a little of age, and when they out here trying to find their life and they gone, and it's just me and wifey, like my wife already said it, like, hey, that would be cool. You going out there doing this. And then, of course, my wife will come up to the office here and there, say what up. I ain't gonna be too far. I'll pop in when I can, and but she know when I'm committed, I'm committed.
Would you how would you start? You want to be a position coach? Like
I would probably be under a position coach. I would want to start like that to kind of really
learn the ropes.
To learn it and really had those moments where he let me run the meetings here and there to get used to speaking in front of the guys and explaining it in the way. Because that's the thing, you a teacher for real. When you be one of them coaches and as a head coach, you a motivator. You got to be able to trust the guys you got in place to do their job. Because, you know, one thing I would say, I don't want to step on nobody's toes. If you got a job to do, I just want you to do your job. And that's what I've learned over the years. It's cool when you got a head coach who believe in everything that everybody that they brought in. Even if they do not have like good games, don't just strip them from it because of the pressure of the media, the media and all the people outside. You got to be able to stand on. I'd rather stand on my own stuff than to let someone influence me to do something that I don't normally do. And then when I get cut, I be mad because I'm like, dang, I should have just stayed with what I was going to do. I'm gonna go out the way we started.
Yeah, and I think also you're trusting your people to do their job.
Yeah, trusting them to do your job.
Yeah.
And sometimes you have a year where you have to really like just suck it up and just learn from it and just ride with it because you don't know. I mean, man, like even this year, I felt for Kev because I'm like, man, we really could have helped him even more instead of jumping all into the who was disgruntled and all that stuff. Yeah. It's like let's help him. Like it's a bunch of vets on this team that could really give him some insight if everybody's willing to listen and say, well, you know what, this is my first year. I love that I got all these guys. Man, what y'all think? You know, I'm sure that probably happened, but I'm sure people want people to do their job too. Cause I ain't know y'all ain't about to get me because I'm getting paid this. And y'all don't pay me to do that. You know what I'm saying? It's like it becomes all that little stuff too. So I just say like one day I will want to be a head coach, you know, or GM, and you know, we just see what happened. But I ain't gonna never say that. Who's to say it won't happen earlier than I would like? I just don't know. I'm gonna follow where God want me to go, but I do see myself being a coach one day.
All right, there you go. Good answer and a good segue to what is coming, which is free agency, just days away. We will be here live next Thursday at 11 o'clock to talk about everything that the Eagles GM, Howie Roseman, does. Find out if there's any news on the free agent Brandon Graham front as well.
It's coming soon.
It's coming soon. Thanks, everybody, for watching and joining on Unblocked, presented by Xfinity with the great Brandon Graham. We will talk to you next week.
We all silly like the mayor.